Hey everybody, welcome back to the Maturish Podcast. I am one of your lovely co-hosts. I am the Boat, a NBA Hall of Famer, a WWE Hall of Famer, and honestly, the greatest to ever do it. Not to sound conceited or self-centered, but I've probably had the best lifetime, ever. I'm Kobe. And joining me and you here is the same person from last week, same person from the week before that, and probably the same person who will be here next week. This is somebody who is he's cool. He is I'll let him do the talking for himself. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Donovan Lowry.
Yo, what's up? It's Donovan Lowry back in this motherfucker, bitch. Kobe, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction that you gave to me. Sometimes when you say good words about me, it makes me not want to shoot myself.
Well, okay. Today, Donovan, I'm gonna ask you to do just a little simple job here really quick for me, okay?
Okay.
Would you mind telling
I'm not good at jobs.
the listeners at home
Okay.
who we are, what we do, and what we're talking about today?
Okay, you ready? Hello, everybody at home. My name is Donovan. I am a person here on the show. And I'm being joined by Kobe, who is also on the show because he wants to be. We, on occasion, record and talk to a microphone and then post it on YouTube for people to hear.
Well, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
YouTube for people to hear.
Right.
Hopefully you enjoy it and you share with your friends. Because if you're not sharing and not enjoying, what the heck? Fuck you. I did it, Kobe.
Okay, and would you mind telling them what we're talking about today?
No, I don't want to.
I'll just do it.
Today,
Yeah.
we're talking about motivation.
Motivation. So let me just say for the record.
When I need motivation.
No, that's not how it goes. Hold up, don't you dare slow down. That's
No.
I thought.
No. My one solution is my queen because she stays strong.
Yeah. So today we're talking about motivation. So I'm gonna skip past the diddly, the dally, and the dooley. And Donovan, I'm just gonna jump right into it.
Okay.
My question, or my first question, I should say, for you is: do you consider yourself a very motivated person? Whether it comes down to work, to school, to living everyday life, are you motivated to go at it and do it?
Work? Yes. Because if I'm not out making money, then what the heck? I'm not just going to sit here and be broke. I'm going to work, make some money, and I'm going to sit at home with money in my bank account. Because that's what a Donovan does. If there's something that's important to me, it's going to be that dang cashish. School? Sure. If I wasn't forced to, I wouldn't.
You're forced?
Yes.
Who forces you?
My parents. I don't like it when they make me do school.
I understand.
I just want to be working. I don't want to school. School is for nerds. That's why I don't like doing it. But I do it anyway for the culture.
That's nice.
Life? No. Every day, I become more accustomed with the thought of killing myself. What about you?
In terms of,
Are you motivated school?
at times,
It'd be like
it's a weekly thing, really. It depends on what assignments are due when. Generally, just how I'm feeling during
right.
the time. There are times where I wake up 7 o'clock in the morning, ready to start my day, ready to go, have class at 11, and I'm ready. Then there's times where it's 10:58 in the morning, and I'm just opening my eyes for the first time, and I have class in 2 minutes. I barely even want to do it.
Right.
But at the same time, I do have that mindset of I have to get it done. So it has to get done, and if not me, then who?
Of course.
With your motivation, Donovan,
Right.
do you find it being from yourself? From yourself telling you, I'm going to go chase this bag. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to ace it. I'm going to graduate. I'm going to go and get this podcast stuff done. Is it all coming from you? Or do you find that motivation is more helpful for you when you're getting it from somebody else or something else?
Most of it comes from myself because I don't have outward sources of motivation. So whenever Donovan gets up and says he's gonna do something, it's because Donovan's in his head and Donovan's saying, "Hey, get up and go make some money, so you can go buy food
Mm-hmm.
and video games."
Right. And to each their own.
Right. It is.
Yeah.
It is my own.
Exactly.
Kobe, where does your motivation come from?
Well, Donovan, let me put it to you this way. A lot of people, it doesn't matter if it's your best friend, if it's your mother, if it's your cousin, it doesn't matter who it is. People can tell you to do something. But until you have that motivation from within, telling you that light is green and green means go, and you go to do something, probably won't get done, right?
Right.
A lot of my motivation, although I do have friends, I have family members who encourage, I don't find people just saying, hey, we should do this enough. I do have to have a lot of it coming from within for myself. And I need to plan days ahead at that same time, too.
Let go, it's mine. Give me my...
Donovan.
Give me... No.
So realistically, while a lot of people, or there are, I shouldn't say a lot of people, because it's down to each person and how they are and things like that.
My one solution is my queen because she stays right.
It comes down to simply what gets you going. For some people, they need to have somebody there to kick them and, in the rear end and say, it's time to go. But I'm very much it has to come from within in order for me to get it done.
That's cute. That's real cute. Now, Kobe, you're being motivated,
Don't point that at me.
but sometimes. What are you being motivated to?
What I'm going to do is skip past your question.
Why?
And then I'm going to ask you. Okay. In life, do you find yourself more motivated or unmotivated?
Unmotivated.
And why?
Because why have full motivation when you could give half motivation? And then if you fail, you can
Give?
Yeah.
How do you give motivation?
Mm-hmm.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Huh?
How do you give motivation? How do you give motivation to yourself?
Right. You can give...
How do you give motivation to yourself?
And then you.
I'm trying to just make that make sense.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand giving other people motivation.
Right.
I can offer you rewards.
Right.
I can offer you words of encouragement.
Right.
And anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you offer yourself motivation? Does that come from, oh, if you get this done, you're going to get ice cream today? What for you is giving yourself motivation?
If I want ice cream, I'm gonna give myself some dang ice cream.
Right. So what for yourself is giving you your motivation? You can be unmotivated all the time, but there are times where you are pushing for it to happen. And why?
Cause I don't want to be a broke bitch. I want to be a rich bitch. So then there are days when I give half motivation, and then I fail. Failing isn't good. So then when I fail, it makes me upset, as it does for most people. So then when I fail, what's stopping me from just killing myself?
So failure is your motivation.
Sure. Am I your motivation, Kobe?
Not at all. Mm-mm.
Why not?
Why? Because what could you do for me? Right.
I could shoot you.
You could, but you won't.
I won't. That's not nice.
It's not. You're making a lot of noise. So my thing is,
Right.
it helps when people are there to motivate you. Parents, friends, whoever. But when you don't have that, how do you push forward with it? Because at the end of the day, things still need to get done.
Right.
How do you find it from within in order to give yourself that extra oomph?
Time.
Time.
Mm-hmm.
Time.
Because when it's the time, I gotta do it. I gotta go.
So you rely on schedule.
Yes.
You need something to say, okay, it's 4:00. Get up, go. You don't have it as, you just need structure.
Yes.
Interesting.
Gosh. If I could say it. Never let me talk. Nope.
Calm down.
I am calm.
Here's some motivation for you.
Okay.
Okay, here,
Right.
match me.
No.
That's the problem. When there are times that, because I mean, let's face it, there are times where we all get down in the dumps, so to speak, or when we realize things need to get done, but realistically, that's not always an option. You can't always do things.
Right.
So say you have an assignment that's late.
Right.
Or hypothetically, you were supposed to be at work 30 minutes ago and you're not even dressed, kind of thing.
Right.
How do you then, after you've kind of failed in a way, how do you then turn that around to motivate you to still do, or perhaps do better?
That's interesting. First part, I'm going to say, I don't do better. The second part, I'm going to say, for school, if the assignment is late, I'm not going to do it. It's already late. Boo-hoo. Too bad. I don't care. There are other assignments. I can just do them. But for work, I'm always late to work. So I don't really care. They don't say nothing to me. I'm still getting my money.
So because there's no repercussions to it.
Exactly.
You just don't. So if there was, if you went to work tomorrow, 30 minutes late or whatever, and they were like, dude, one more time and you're unemployed, would you then use that to, oh, let me get to work on time tomorrow, 5 minutes early? Or would you then be like, oh, okay, fire me? What approach would you take?
There are other jobs. I don't freaking need them. I can make my own money my own way. And I'll be danged if I beg the white man for his money. That's on God. And Satan.
Wow.
It sure is. Kobe, when you're motivated, do you ever lose motivated?
I'll try to take what you just said to me and try to make it make sense.
Okay.
With me,
Right.
it's a day-to-day thing.
Mm-hmm.
Today, I could be ready to wake up in the morning. I have class, go to class, get schoolwork done, assignments for the week, get those done, record podcast stuff, figure stuff out, and be done. Or there's days that I'm like, not today, not this week, not this month. It all depends.
It do depend. Look, I'm gonna say something. For me, I don't really know what's gonna happen with my motivation, cause sometimes it'll be like a stretch. Dang, I'm up at 6 o'clock doing everything that I need to do. Now I can just sit here and do what I want. But then there's other weeks where I'm not doing my work, not getting to work on time. I'm sitting around being a bummy. You feel me? Do it ever be like that?
I mean, it's like that for everybody.
Right.
Work, school, whatever. You don't want to get up and go every day.
Right.
You don't want to get up and do assignments and be on time, punctual every day. And when you get these stretches that is what you do, you say, well, I mean, it happens. But what could you do to motivate yourself to where that doesn't happen? Because, I mean, late assignments and being late to work, it's not like the responsible thing to do.
Right.
So how could an unmotivating situation such as being late to work or not wanting to show up to work on time, what do you think you could do for yourself to turn that around to wanting to be at work? Is it your job in itself that you just don't want to be there? Or do you like your job and it's just something else that's unmotivating you?
I don't know. It just be happening. Sometimes I just be like, dang, I'm ready to get done. But I guess, I don't know, it's kind of like I get tired of it. It's like, uh-oh. Now I'm out of energy for the month. Now it's time to be lazy again. But you bet your sweet bippy in January I'm going to be back. Ready to go.
What's the difference?
I don't know. I'm the wrong person to ask.
But you just said that in January.
Mm-hmm.
How are you the wrong person to ask when those are your words?
I don't control it.
See, it's so weird because it's like, take New Year's resolutions, for example.
Right.
Are you the kind of person that does them? After the first of the year, I'm going to start going to the gym. After the first of the year, I'm going to start eating healthy. And maybe not those examples, but are you that kind of person?
I say the things, but I never take them seriously. Because who does? Time is not real.
Mm-hmm.
Can we make New Year's resolutions, Kobe?
You can.
In November?
You can make whatever you want to. I'm not going to make them because I find them stupid.
Right.
It's just an excuse for procrastination. People will sit here and, I'm going to start going to the gym after the first of the year. They go to the gym on January 1st, on the 2nd, on the 3rd, on the 4th, on the 5th, but on the 6th, they're kind of tired. So they'll go on the 8th.
Right.
The 8th turns into the 16th. 16th turns into the 25th. January turns into February. February turns into June. And now it's December. And you're saying the same thing all over again.
Right.
I feel like if there was true means to better yourself, to better whatever the situation is, instead of saying, in January, in 2022, I'm going to be a changed person, there's still enough of 2021 that you can, even if it's December 30th, you still have however many hours in that day to make a change.
All right.
So why push it off and wait when You don't know what life is going to hand it to you. Who say you're even around on January 1st to see that change happen?
I hope not.
So New Year's resolutions is just not my thing. You can plan ahead things that you want to accomplish in the new year. Probably things that you'll have resources for next year that you might not now. But it's like the stereotypical. After the first of the year, I'm going to start going to the gym. I'm going to start eating right. I'm going to start doing whatever. Because it feels like that's just the most common. And it's like, why? Because, you know, the old adage goes, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I'm definitely one of those dogs. I'm comfortable in the life that I'm living now. If I truly needed to change something, I'd do it now. Why wait 2 months? At that point, the habit that you're setting now, who's to say it's not too big of a habit to turn around?
It do be like that on God.
Exactly. I don't like to, in general, I'm not big on procrastination. And I really did used to be. High school, for example. You could go all quarter, all semester without doing an assignment. Then you had those 2 weeks at the end of each quarter to turn everything in, and your grade would be just fine.
Right.
I was the best student those last 2 weeks. Every assignment I did, and that worked to your favor because you're in high school.
Right.
In college, you're not afforded those same luxuries. So in life, you have to learn to evolve, but you need to do it when it's time. I could have, going into this semester, changed at the beginning. Or I could have, I'll just start changing next semester. What good does that have? Then it's like a wasted semester, and it's just motivation. You should give yourself something to look forward to. As in like a reward of some sort. I mean, it's like you can't give yourself money or anything, but find something that you can do for yourself as a reward. Because putting things off and I'm going to do this later, that's not helping you now.
Right. I mean, unless you're like actually planning, making a plan, I'm going to do this and this and this, and then I'll be ready on the first to do what I'm saying.
And I think that would be different.
Right.
Is if we used, or saying we as us, for an example, whatever crazy thing we said we're going to do starting in January, changing Peoria around. If we took those steps starting exactly right now, if we started planting the seeds to where come January 1st, that plant was starting to grow, then it would be different. But I wouldn't be that kind of person. I wouldn't want to wait until January for action to happen. I'd want that plant to start growing next week. And people aren't even like that a majority of the time. They have these New Year's resolutions. They don't even start planting the seeds until January. So they wouldn't receive their fruit until well into the year. Right. At that point, they don't even want the fruit anymore.
It'd be like that. The shit gonna be rotten.
It will. And not trying to make this like a religious thing, but we were talking about rotten fruit at church on Sunday. It was after the sermon with Pastor O'Reilly. I think you guys had already left because it was just me and Liberty. We were
always the case.
It is. Me and Liberty were standing outside and talking.
Right.
I don't even remember what we were talking about. Something, Otis and Tina and their thing.
Of course. So,
stand outside church, and Pastor O'Reilly opens up the door, and he ushers us, come here for a second. Mm-hmm. And we go into his office, and he had two things. There was an old brown banana, and there was a fresh banana.
Right.
So, with our ages, he basically explained to us that we are the ripe, the green, and the yellow banana. Mm-hmm. He's a bit of a brown banana. He said in his life, there is plenty of things that needed to get done. But when you've did what you've done and do what you need to do, then what's needed to be done has already been done. Mm-hmm. don't need to do it anymore.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it do.
It does. But at first you think it doesn't.
Right.
Especially with us. Even though time is never too late, do it now when you're that yellow banana.
Mm-hmm.
Get your life started now. Because soon, life flies by. Like, just talking to Parker last week. First time I'd seen him in months since his birthday. And he was like, talking about how crazy it is that he's going to be 10 next year. That was a big thing. I can remember getting really excited for 10. 10 was my golden birthday. But it's like, every little kid, 10, that's double digits. You really feel grown.
Right.
And he's like going on and on about 10. And he's like, you're 10 years older than me, right? And I'm like, yeah, I am. So you're going to be 20. Why would he say that?
Because you are.
That is sad. Because then you look at, when you were a little child, not even a little child, but 13, and you're in middle school, you think you want to be somewhere at 20 years old. Then when you're 20 and you realize, I'm not there, you can do one of two things. Just never go there or start the journey now. You always need to find motivation in something. It's never too late. Even if you are that brown banana, there's still time between rotting and the trash can. Do something before you meet that trash can.
Or just meet the trash can.
You could, but then what? That's just wasted time. It's a wasted life. Everybody has a purpose, and everybody has a calling. You can do something with yours. But when you waste it on doing nothing, then what was the point? You get and a majority of the time, I don't look at the big picture, I look at the very small picture. As in, what can I do today in opposed to what can I do this month? Or what can I do this week instead of what can I do this year? And I feel like that's something I need to change. Because there needs to be more of an open eye on being stagnant in life. Because I feel like this year I've made progress, but it's been very minimal, right? It's enough to say that I've made progress. So now it's like, okay, good job, pat on the back, but now what? Do you go back to being stagnant after making that little bit of a climb? Or do you continue to climb? Minimal success, although it's good and you should give yourself a thumbs up and, a standing ovation, you need to always continue to climb that ladder. If not, then what's the point? Why'd you even do the work that you've already done if you're not going to continue to climb? Do you consider yourself a climber?
Nope.
Are you on the ladder?
I'm on the ladder. Standing there. Chilling where I'm at. I guess I climb. I just need some assistance.
Assistance from
people.
And what do people need to do?
Just, I guess it's me telling people, hey, help me climb.
Mm.
And then eventually we're climbing together.
Do you find yourself asking frequently or often?
Sometimes 50-50. But yeah, once I get that person with me, we're arm in arm, climbing up that dang ladder together.
Mm-hmm.
Until we climb and make it to the top or we fall off.
Right. And that's the thing. That's another scary thing. We're talking about this little, non-existent but existent ladder. Is there's going to be times where you go to take another step and that rung isn't there. So where does your foot go? Or maybe you go to take a step and you slide down a little bit. I feel like it's even okay to touch the ground again. But at some point, you can't be okay with just being on the ground.
Right.
You have to learn to climb.
Not even staying on the ground, just staying any place on the ladder, really.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just because you slip up, that's like people with like addiction. An addiction comes in many forms: of food, of drugs, of alcohol, TV, like anything. You can get addicted to anything. Cigarette smokers, for example. You can say, I'm going to stop smoking. You said the words. That's a step.
Yep.
Stopping smoking. Now, that's a couple steps. You might have another cigarette or whatever it is that you're smoking. So maybe that's a step down. You had a couple, so that's maybe a couple steps back. Just because you're towards the bottom or off the ladder doesn't mean the ladder still isn't there. You still have time to make up for the time that was lost. Stop smoking and keep on climbing with anything. This podcast idea, like I've said many of times before, was something that I was very adamant of starting in high school. At that point, I was only by myself. I did not have the motivation by myself to do it. I did so much in terms of making a logo, coming up with the name. I had everything I needed to do it, except like literally talking.
Right.
After doing all that, then I just stopped. It wasn't until I had somebody that shared the same interest that said, you know what, let's go, that grabbed my hands and ran, that I wanted to do it. Or not even that I wanted to do it, but I seen that I needed to do it.
Right.
And sometimes that's what it takes. I believe self-motivation is the best motivation. Because at the end of the day, especially at our age, you're doing it for yourself. You know, not all of us have children or anything that we're providing for. You're going and getting your degree for yourself. You're going and you're starting to work to make your own money. You know, whatever. You're getting your first car. You're getting, you know, we're experiencing our first for ourselves. While it's nice, it's not always feasible. You can't just get through life by yourself. You need somebody that is climbing along the ladder with you. And if you're missing a rung, they can undo one that's underneath them and put it next to you. And climb with you. If you start to slip, they might step down a little to help pick you up and you guys go together. I feel like that's really like the basis of friendship. No matter how far along in life you are, you could become the most successful success story ever. And I'll be dropped out of school, complaining about how I didn't finish and one day I'm going to start. But we're still friends. Mm-hmm. That shouldn't mean that you need to come back and live back in the trenches because I'm there. Right. But you should also then be like, okay, well, I have these resources. What could I help my friend do to get to where they need to be? And I think that's what it is not only do we need to find motivation for ourselves, we need to see it fit to motivate others too. And not just others. It might be a little harder to go out and motivate the general public, but especially those close to you. Mm-hmm. Even if it's people that's older than you. You know, your parents still need motivation. You know, it's probably tiring going and working every day, providing for children for 20 years. Right. Especially when they keep on having children. It's probably going to get tiring. Yeah. So that's when it's kind of like our job to then take the load off. You know, even if it's just words. Words help a lot. Of just like, mom, dad, whoever, I understand what you're going through. I understand it's hard. Thank you. Thanking people. Or whatever they're down with, just being a shoulder to talk to. That's motivation in itself, to know that there's somebody there. I just like to do a lot of good for those around me, friends, whoever. Because I'm not in a position where I necessarily need other people to do it for me. But there will be a day. And I hope when that day comes, everybody I've done like tremendously nice things for is like, hey, Kobe, we'll help you out. You guys better. Right. Because I did not waste my time on y'all for y'all to leave me stranded. Right. To be the most successful successes ever. And I'm in the trenches.
Of course.
Wasn't we just in the trenches together? And I was leading the pack?
Right.
And y'all left me? How could you?
Of course. How dare us?
Right. I feel like it's good in certain circumstances to have other people there. But at the same time, you need to realize that for yourself. School, for example, is every single assignment for... There's probably nobody in history, at least that I know of, that managed to do every single solitary assignment. Ever. Like I said, high school is different because you have that time to make it up. But in college, if an assignment passes you by, it's next to gone. Mm-hmm. It's hard to do every single assignment. People can help you. Tutors or friends, people who are also going to school. We could sit here, we could do homework together. But at the same time, you need to realize that when it's graduation day, that diploma is only going to have one name on it. It's probably fitting. I mean, truth be told, I know a couple people whose high school diplomas should say ... and Kobe Williams. I digress. But that's not the case. You need to allow yourself to also take the workload for yourself. I feel like that's something I kind of struggle with, if I'm being honest. Because if somebody says they're going to do it, then I do not need to. Mm-hmm. Why do I have to do it if you're going to do it? Especially if you're willing to do it. I don't even want to do it. So if you're saying you're going to do it, go ahead. Okay. But it's kind of like time to wake up, in a sense, of playtime is over. Especially like when you get to the age that we're at. Like, my mom has talked about like where she was when she was 20. She didn't go to school. My parents both tried to go to school. Neither one of them have college diplomas. For one reason or another, it's whatever. Instead, they found themselves more accepting of working and providing and going down that route. Everybody knows what's best for them. And like I said last week's episode was an amazing episode. My favorite so far. I feel like I say that almost every week, that this week's episode was so good, it's my favorite so far. No, but like last week was really good. If there's any of them that I recommend you go and listen to, turn this off now. Don't even finish this. We're like a half hour into it. Turn it off. Go back. Listen to last week. But like I said last week, a lot of times we're motivated in life to do things that we don't want to do. You're told you need to go to school. You need to go to college. Like we said last week, not only do you need to go to school, but you need to get out of Peoria. You need to do all these things. You need to go, whatever. What do you do if the things you're being motivated to do aren't what you want to do? Does that ever happen to you?
It happens to most people, I guess. Because I don't even know. I mean, most of the time it's going to be your parents, I guess, saying, go get this super good job, go to college, and be this because it makes a lot of money. It's going to make you look good. Mm-hmm. But like, okay.
I was going to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Do you think parents do that a little bit out of selfish intent?
It happens, yes.
In a way. I mean, and I feel like there's good selfishness that comes with that and bad selfishness too. They want you to be better than they are.
Of course.
But at the same time, it'll feel good for them to be able to say, oh, you remember little Kobe? Look at what he's doing. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I understand you didn't get to do certain things in life, but that shouldn't mean that I have to do it. But you were saying something.
I think it's like support, yes. Like you want your children to be great. You don't want them to be homeless or living in your house for 20 some years.
Our parents don't want that?
That's just what I've been told.
Oh.
I mean, my mom's going to get that regardless.
Right. I think that's kind of the thing, is I hope they don't think they have a choice.
I mean,
I didn't ask to be born.
I'm not moving out anytime soon.
I mean, I will if they feel like paying the rent.
Exactly. Shit. I will be living with my mom until I'm damn well ready to leave
Ready to leave?
the earth.
Wow.
But it's like, because, like, of course, your parents want you to be successful and whatnot. But it's like, support them and push them to want to be successful in what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm pushing to do something that's not making me happy, then that motivation is going to run out real quick.
Exactly.
But if you're saying, hey, go buy that microphone, go make that new email for your YouTube channel, go find your friend that you want to host with,
Right.
and now look at you doing your dream thing or whatever. All cute and shit. You know?
Yeah. Here's a question.
Okay.
I feel like I asked like 1,200,000 questions.
Please do.
Here's 1,200,001. When you set a goal, I'm going to start a podcast, because that was a goal that we had, and we didn't take that long to plan it out. But once you set the goal and you reach the destination, then what do you do to motivate yourself to keep on pushing it? Because starting a YouTube channel or getting a job, whatever, it's good. But how do you motivate yourself to keep it going? To continue to record, to continue to go to work, things like that.
I don't know. You just have to keep setting goals,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Because there's always something else you could be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I'm playing a game, like, I beat a level, cool, good for you. But you didn't get all of these. So now I replay it. Now I'm going to collect all these things I need to collect. And, like, with this, I've started the thing, congrats. But if I'm stuck at now what, my goal should be like setting a new goal, getting X amount of subscribers, getting this many views, coming up with a third show, doing things with the other medias.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's always something else that can be done.
Right.
Whenever you're doing anything.
Mm-hmm. With motivation, it's very like work based. You need to motivate yourself to do work. And when I say work, I'm not even necessarily talking about like your 9 to 5, your work, but just you need to motivate yourself to always be productive. At the same time, we need to find the motivation to take a break. And it's like you never hear that unless like you're a workaholic and you're like stressing yourself out, you're not eating. People aren't telling you to take a break. But I feel like that should be just as pushed as like working. Nobody gives you tips on like when your mental reaches the brink of like breaking, then what do you do?
Right.
It's like they push you. And when I say they, I mean like everybody and even yourself. You see that end of the semester ends the week of December, whatever. Okay, well, I'm going to do all this work until December. But you don't think about, oh my goodness, what if it catches up to me and I need to take a break? Then what? I feel like it's okay. There's a lot of things that I've found, especially like with this platform and talking about things outwardly. There's a lot of things that you know inwardly. Inward.
Oh my gosh. You're so naughty.
I'm sorry. There's a lot of things you know on the inside. So you don't really address it, right? But once it's like I hear myself saying these things out loud, then it's a reality. There needs to be motivation all across the board from other people. And just in general with everything. There should be as much motivation to push on and push through as there is to take breaks, to get yourself together. And there's really not.
And I feel like with that, you really have to like know your limits.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've definitely had those days where I was like, oh, I'm gonna do these 30 assignments tonight because I need to get them done. Maybe it's okay to set a time to like, do 2 assignments, take a break, play a game or two, then come back, do a couple more. Cause like it's just you're just gonna burn yourself out really.
Right.
It's just not good at all.
It's not.
Cause now you're burnt out. There is no motivation to be found. Now you're stuck with 25 more assignments to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now you just want to sit there. Now they're not getting done. Now you have to do them tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. It's just my thing is, and this is just coming from like personal experience, especially now with school. So it's Thanksgiving break right now, right? But this will get posted on Monday, so whatever. It's the week of Thanksgiving at the moment. What is today? Today's Tuesday?
Yeah.
I set goals for Thanksgiving week. Because the end of the semester, what we have 2 weeks of school and then finals, or is it 1 week of school and finals? One of the two. There's no more time to play catch up. So I told myself, I'm going to, because I have like the greatest professors at the moment that there is to have. Every assignment is still unlocked for both my classes. If you need to go back and redo something, just email them, hey, I just redid this paper, I just redid this, and they accept it. So I told myself, this week, anything that I wasn't necessarily happy on that I feel like I could redo, I'm going to redo it, right? It's Tuesday night. I just had last weekend. I had all day yesterday. I had all day today. I have not even opened up Blackboard. I haven't even opened up my computer. I don't even think I've picked it up. So it's like with that, I could continue to do that every day. And then it'll be Monday. And then it's like, oh shit. What do I do?
Right.
I feel like there just needs to be more than just like goal setting. You can set a goal, but then like, what do you do to make sure that goal gets done? There's do not disturb for phones. I feel like there needs to be do not disturb for like life. I need everybody and everything. Like I'm tempted to turn on the TV. Is there like, can I not do not disturb my TV? If I go to power it on, can it like not turn on? Like everything. Because there's times where things just need to get done. And I feel like a lot of times they don't. And when you push things off, the workload doesn't get easier. Now there's more things to do, and your laundry basket's full.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's more a discipline thing. Because, like I said, you're setting your schedule. Now it's time to get down and dirty. Mm-hmm. If you're not gonna follow your schedule, what's the point of making it?
Do you have a schedule? A set schedule?
Not really. But I'll be living though. Like, it's work 12 to 5:30. I wake up at what? 7, 6 something. And I really just be going with the flow. But I mean, if I need, like to set, today I'm going to do this, then this, then this, and this, I can do it. But like I set my schedule, but it's always comes to the time. It's 12 o'clock. Now I need to get up. It's 11:30. I need to start getting up, getting ready for work. But now it's 12 o'clock. I'm supposed to be clocking in right now. I'm sitting here on TikTok.
Shirtless. Just haven't even moved.
At all.
So do you find that your best, like, what source of motivation is for you. There's people that need to write things out and have a planner. There's people that use the reminders on their phones. Once again, like I said, other people's always an option. Whatever it is, if like I need you to tell me at 7:00, Kobe, you need to do this, then like that's an option. What option do you find works best for you? Or do you just go, oh, this needs to be done, so I do it?
Yeah, it's just this assignment is due at 11:59. It's 11:45. Time to start my test.
Mm-hmm.
It's really just when the time comes, it's time to get going.
Right.
I guess it's really something I need to work on is the discipline, making my schedule and then following through with it.
Because I feel like that, yeah, that's what it is. Is this the motivation itself isn't the problem. At least not for me. Because I'm very good in knowing what I need to fix. And a lot of the time, I know what I need to do in order to fix a problem. But it's the fixing that I don't do. Because there's always later. And that's the thing. It's like life is just so unpredictable that there isn't necessarily always later. You don't know what's going to happen in 5 minutes. You like to have an idea. But you truly never 100% know. There's always a chance that something is going to go wrong. You could drop dead now. Doesn't look like those assignments are getting done tomorrow.
They don't. I think you have other problems now besides your assignments.
Yeah. Or just anything. Whatever. So I feel like I just need to, even though we're still young, I use quotations, no, we're still young. I don't look it, I guess.
I do.
And I don't know. How not?
Kobe, you look so young.
No.
You do.
And you don't help.
What?
But now isn't the time.
Right.
Or is it? So, no. I'm very good with this assignment's due at midnight. So I could do it at 11:00. I could do it at 10. I could do it at 7. And it'll be done. It'll be on time. But then Adele drops an album. Or something comes on TV. And I'm watching TV. I'm listening to this music and I'm crying. And then I look and it's 12:45. It's 2:00. That assignment has been due. And even though I told myself, you're going to do this now, it didn't get done.
And really for me, it's like, I'm off of work. It's 5:30. I have an assignment due at midnight. I say, I just got off work. Let's take a break. I'm going to turn on my game. At 7, I'm going to turn my stuff off. Let's do this assignment. Then we can just get right back into it real quick. But then it's 7:00 now. I'm in the middle of this game. After this game, let's get it done. Damn, I just lost.
I gotta win.
Exactly. After the next win, I'm gonna get that assignment done. It's 9:00 now.
Yeah.
I finally got my win. Let's go for that win streak.
Yeah.
Now it's 10:00.
And you can just do it tomorrow.
Except I can't, because it's due in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So, win streak got busted. Let's do that assignment now. Wait, I forgot. Kobe texted me.
I did. Hey.
Let's text him back.
What you doing?
About to do my homework. What you doing?
Chilling.
That's cool.
Needing to start my homework.
Then, Kobe sends a TikTok. Now it's 11. Let's get off TikTok.
Yeah. That Kobe person seems to be a source of negativity for your success.
He is.
That's something you need to take up with yourself.
It is. Now it's 11:50. Let's get it started.
Yep.
I'm doing my assignment. I rush through it. I get 33%. Next time.
Oh, Jesus. What?
Next time.
No!
I'm going to set my schedule. And I'm going to follow through.
Mm-hmm.
Then the cycle starts.
All over.
All over. It does.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I think the thing is. Until, like, you fail a class. At this point, like, it doesn't matter what the grade... I mean, now it's Thanksgiving, so it kind of matters what the grades are now. But, like, say we were a couple weeks back. Having an F in something doesn't really mean you have an F. You still had time. It isn't until, like, you fail that it's like, uh-oh. It's not until you're slapped with the reality of the situation that you truly take a situation serious. And that's just like with everything. It's okay being late to work now. And I'm not just saying like you, but like just in general, whatever your job is. It's okay being late to work now, but then you're fired. Mm-hmm. Oh, I could have did this. I could have went to work on time. I could have turned in this assignment hours early and took my time on it. I could have, but these could have turn into should haves. And you're
the should haves turn into will haves.
So you did talk to Pastor on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. I did. I talked to him before.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's crazy because we go to church and okay. Not to get off topic here.
Right.
Too off topic. We go to the same church. Whatever. Pastor is 107 years old.
He is.
And it's been the same pastor my whole life.
He does. Yep.
And he's a very wise man.
He is.
But it's like
he has trouble stringing his words together.
That, and it's kind of like you need glasses for your vision to be clear with him. You can see now, right? But you just need those glasses, that extra help to make it clear. With him, he says words, but then you need to like think about what he said to make it make sense.
He speaks puzzles.
He does. And you're always missing a piece. But I make the picture look good without the piece, right? Mm-hmm. So, and that's the thing, willdive. That willdive means I will do this next time.
Mm-hmm. It do.
It does. But in not all instances is there a next time.
Nope.
And I feel like, we know that, like, with school, there's always another semester. I could always retake this class. Right. I could always do something else again. Thankfully, I feel like we're not, like, to the point where we don't have choices that are very much, like, it's nerd for nothing. You always have a redo. You always have a chance to make up if you fail in something.
Right.
I feel like that's kind of our downfall. Us and just like people our age, period. Because maybe it takes the failing and not being able to fix for us to take it serious. But as long as they're like you can fix it later, then you'll do it.
Right. You just need someone to punch you in the face. Mm-hmm. For you to say, hey.
Do not touch me.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. For you to say, hey, maybe I should not do that next time. And I won't get hit.
Mm-hmm.
Next time, when I do the better thing,
mm-hmm.
I'm going to be the one punching.
Exactly.
I'm not going to have the boo-boo.
No. Because you're administering the boo-boos. And the uh-ohs.
Not, okay.
I feel like we all have uh-ohs in life. And it's up to us to fix our uh-ohs And sometimes you just need help cleaning it up.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just need to get your friend, say, hey, wipe my ass for me. I had an
Donovan,
There's
no, continue talking and then I'll just.
Oh, okay. I had an You're my bestest friend. You can help me clean up my uh-ohs. Now clean up your uh-ohs. You just need always have somebody to help you clean up your uh-ohs.
Mm-hmm. Donovan?
Because sometimes they're the uncleanable uh-ohs.
There.
Now there are stains in your drawers.
Mm-hmm.
As you're saying.
Yeah. I would like to. I would consider you my best friend.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So as your best friend, when I just said uh-oh, I didn't mean using the bathroom on yourself.
Really?
And you're fully capable of cleaning yourself up if that uh-oh was to happen.
Sure.
I don't know what friend you would call upon in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Please do not let it be me.
Okay.
Through and through. Mistakes will happen. And there will be times where you slip and you trip. And you might have to do the dip. Mm-hmm. But let me tell you this coming out my lips. It'll be okay. Sometimes you dream of starting a podcast and it doesn't happen until you have somebody to really grab your hand and make you do it. Right? That's just one hypothetical situation.
Right.
But in life, that's kind of how it is. Sometimes life won't get done unless you have somebody here to hold your hand and get you through it.
Right.
I'll get you through it. I got you. For the most part.
And sometimes in life, there are gonna be uh-ohs. Unless you're gonna get up and clean that uh-oh yourself, sometimes you're gonna need a helping hand.
No. Why do you say this?
What?
And you're gonna need a helping hand.
No, you are.
No, you won't.
There are big uh-ohs.
Go to the bathroom.
What? I'm not talking about that no more. Damn.
You will need a helping hand. Don't be afraid to ask for help.
To put your dreams in action.
You'll never going to fade. You'll be the main attraction.
Especially when you
No. Donovan, no. Through and through, I like to think of myself as a great motivator.
Mm-hmm.
Do I motivate you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kobe, am I a motivator to you? Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Yeah. And I hope, I truly do, in all seriousness, with especially like those I hold close to me. I know that I have it in me to push people to take that extra step, so I hope they actually like do that. Do. So basically, I know I have it in me to motivate. I need to stop running from others trying to motivate me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm taking away from this. Is although it does come from within, and at the end of the day, you have the final say so in what you do. You do need people, and it might not even be people. It might not even be me that motivates you, but it might be a certain song, or a television something, or somebody on social media. You find something that motivates you. Find it and do what you need to do to find your ultimate success. To be quite frank, I don't know what mine is at the moment. One day I'll find it. And I'll use it. Mm-hmm. That's my takeaway. What was yours? If the word uh-oh comes out of your mouth, so help me God.
Well, my takeaway is this. Sometimes you're going to have really, 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 really big poopies.
No! Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Matures podcast. This episode, a lot of these have been me saying things to then listen back, kind of like a journal almost, right?
Mm-hmm.
Saying these things to then listen to myself say them and use it as motivation.
Uh-oh.
This episode, forgiveness, was 2 weeks ago? And others at the same time. I hope I can continue to inspire myself. Mm-hmm. Inspiring others is cool and it's fun. When people text you and they're like, hey, listen to this, it's so much fun, whatever, thank you. Love ya. But really, if I can help myself, that also does a great deal. I hope I can continue to do that for myself. I mean, and others too. If there ever gets to a point where I'm like just not helping anybody, at that point, replace me. Mm-hmm. Honestly, you should probably replace me, but now it would be a whole lot better without me. I mean, I'm just kind of useless.
No, you're not.
Oh, it's fine.
You're such a good helper.
One thing I do put to use is our Instagram. And you can follow our Instagram and all of our other social media pages that have usernames. It is _KD Productions _. The Facebook and the YouTube is K&D Productions. I'm Kobe. You can find me everywhere that has a username at Kobe Who Else. That Snapchat is that Kobe524. Donovan's here.
Hi.
I love you all so much.
I love you all too.
And continue to motivate yourself. I hope I motivated you guys enough to come back and listen next week.
Hopefully I did the same.
It's kind of like a big uh-oh that you need to clean up. Clean it up. Because we'll be back next week. Coming through with another topic of some sort. And we'll be serving it to you hot and ready. Once again, I'm Kobe.
I'm Donovan.
And this was and is the Matures Podcast. Could you smell me? I could. You're silly. When you were saying uh-oh, I didn't truly think that you meant you had an uh-oh.
I did.
You're silly.